Hello, you're listening to Conner Vs Cobb. I'm Ryan Connor.
I'm Nick Cobb. Hi.
Thanks for listening, both of you.
Mm,
It's good to be here. I was in Philly last weekend, and I told the crowd that it seemed like they'd mellowed out since they won a couple Super Bowls. Because if you guys don't know, Philly is the most needlessly intense place there is. And
That's a good way to put it.
guess what? They didn't take it as a compliment. The crowd was like, I'm like, well, what are you saying? I'm just saying it seems like you guys have calmed down. That's good. That's a compliment.
Yeah,
And then
it's too ingrained in them, man. They're savages.
I brought up the attacking Santa Claus and cheering Michael Irvin breaking his neck, and then I told the story of the woman booing me because I was on crutches, and I asked her why she booed me, and she said it's because you were crippled. I brought up these things, and I was like, I don't think they would happen anymore. It seems like you guys have calmed down, and the general reaction was like, no, all this stuff could happen today if you're not careful. So they have not loosened up at all.
Was it a good show?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was fine. It was good. I normally I'm a Delta loyalist. I have a few brands I'm loyal to. Delta probably being at the top of them, and it's just not terribly feasible to fly to Philly on Delta. It ends up being really expensive, and you can't get in early enough unless you do a red eye. And I've sworn off red eyes, so I flew Southwest out there, and my God, it was awful. Have you done Southwest?
I have a Southwest card. I've flown them also almost exclusively for 10 years.
I mean, there are definitely reasons to fly Southwest. Like, if you don't fly a ton, I could see how it's great because of the affordability. Their seats are actually comfortable for basic economy. They're like good seats.
Yeah, let's not go that far.
Well, compared to other planes. But anyway, we were supposed to take off at 6:20. From 5:40, that's when we're supposed to start taking off, until 6:25. They just kept making an announcement every couple minutes. We need to see people coming up here and checking your rollover bags because we do not have enough space, and we are not going to start boarding this plane until you all have come up here and checked your bags.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just let us board and then just start saying it to people as they're coming up? It was madness. You're messing up air traffic for this crap.
It's really stupid. It's really, really stupid. I don't know. I guess I'm used to it. It's like having been in a bad relationship for a very long time, but you only see the person, 4 times a year.
Yes.
So you don't think that much about it. But it's generally pretty miserable.
A couple things were jarring. One was the making. I don't know. Air travel is something where I want them to be extremely professional, and they're like making jokes over the intercom. They were like.
There's a lot of that. Yeah.
Nick Cobb, you left your stuff on the airplane. If you can hear this, Nick Cobb, check your stuff. See if you have all your stuff. Guess what? You don't, because we got it. That was a real thing. It's very funny. But it's like, I need you guys to be so professional. And then I got on board. The flight attendant was a dude who badly needed a haircut, and like his hair was like frizzy all over the place.
Yeah.
And he had a mustache that needed to be trimmed, and he was wearing a baggy shirt that looked like it had been washed too many times, and shorts as a flight attendant. And then you get on Delta, and they're like dressed to serve at Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
And I trust it.
I mean, there's always going to be a flight attendant on Southwest that's like funnier than my last 5 shows combined.
Yes.
Just their first, that when they do the whole seatbelt thing in the beginning and they've just got it down and they're just killing. And they're killing at 7 a.m. with people who are half asleep, and they're still getting they're getting way more than chuckles. They're getting a lot.
And it's not like they get the priest bump. You know how like priests
get an extra 15%
at minimum. If you're a priest, you get an easy first laugh. Flight attendants is the opposite. It's worse than going up cold in a stand-up show. But nobody
wants to hear it. Everybody's heard the routine. and yet they make it fun. I do totally agree with Priest, because it's the same thing with a nun, really. Anything remotely subversive, any complaint, and it's just going to kill.
Yeah.
People love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Flight attendant's more like along the lines of a math teacher, where you don't get any grace at all. You gotta be hilarious. You gotta earn it. But it just felt weird. Like Delta will be like, in 35 minutes we shall embark upon Columbus, Ohio, and it feels legit. Like they earn their job, and then at Southwest they're like, we got a plane, y'all. This does not feel professional.
Yeah. I mean, people who regularly fly Southwest would make these exact same jokes about Spirit, but that's how it is. It's very much a class system when it comes to flying. Hey, I've got a correction about an old episode.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago or last week, I did a hypothetical about I forget what it was. It was like whatever. It was like you would end up winning like a gold medal in the Olympics, and what would you choose to do in the Olympics if you're guaranteed a medal? And you made some funny jokes about 40-yard dash and stuff. So I was saying I wanted to be a tandem high diver, and then I realized after the podcast, I'm like, no, I wouldn't do flips or anything like that. I would do the triple Lindy from
Back to School.
From Back to School. Well, if I'm guaranteed, I don't even need the gold. If I'm guaranteed to land the triple Lindy, I would do whatever you want.
Can you describe to the listeners who don't remember the dive from Back to School?
Yeah, Back to School is a hilarious 80s comedy with Rodney Dangerfield, who's really out of shape. Rich guy goes back to school so he can be with his son and finally get a degree. And they have a big dive meet. And apparently tons of people come out to these, dive meets.
Yeah.
The stands are full.
In college? You kidding me? How many times?
I never missed one.
How many times were you out on a Saturday night and you're like, we better tuck in early because there's a diving competition
and
in the morning?
Everyone at the party agrees. And yep, we'll see you at noon.
Yeah.
So one of the divers, I was about to say players, but one of the divers gets like a hammy or something. And so Dangerfield volunteers. He's going to sub. And he does the triple Lindy, which he had referenced earlier in the movie. And basically it's a dive where, like you've got your high dive at the pool and then you've got several different height boards underneath it, right? You've got a couple of springboards. You've got like a medium board that's a platform. And he jumps off, does some flips, lands on one of the lower boards, flips off of that, goes to another diving board, flips off of that one, goes to another diving board, flips off of that one, and lands perfectly with no splash whatsoever.
I mean, if you did that in the Olympics, I don't even know if it's, it seems like it's against the rules, but
if it's guaranteed, can you imagine, is there a feat from a sports movie that you would rather perform than the triple Lindy?
Only one.
What?
And this might just be because of the age I was when I saw it.
You can't tell me you can be Teen Wolf. That doesn't count.
No, The Natural.
Oh, knocking out the lights.
Just knocking out the lights. Oh my God, the coolest visual ever. Rory and I tried to do that in his apartment in Hoboken one time. This is the dumbest thing. Why did we do this? We were like late 20s. Way too old to be doing this.
People say that as if like, oh, we should have been wise. Like I was still an idiot at 29.
We had a wiffle ball and a wiffle ball bat, and we were in his living room. His wife was not home, obviously. And we're just pitching it across the room and then trying to hit it, trying to reenact it and shatter the light fixture to make it rain down like The Natural. Not even thinking about the fact that if glass falls on the pitcher, it's going to cut them up. And there's just going to be glass all over the home.
Well, it's still, wiffle ball. How could you possibly break it?
I know. We hit it several times and it just bounced off, but we were really trying to shatter it.
You have a better chance of breaking the plastic bat than you do in the fixture. Anyway, I wanted to make that correction. The triple Lindy I think the other part of the hypothetical is, would you masturbate in your car once a week? And if that's what I had to do to hit a triple Lindy in the next Summer Olympics, you can put it down in marker. I'll do it.
Yeah, do it.
That's my correction.
Love it. Do you remember how you sent your first email? Do you remember sending your first email?
Yeah, it was probably very proper with a date, dear sir. It probably looked a lot like a letter.
Well, I just got an alert. It's not really an alert. It's like an Instagram post, but it was Jeff Slater. I think it was like a WWF guy. Let me see. Like let me see what his deal was.
You're going to get skewered by one of our 8 listeners.
Yeah, he was
somebody's going to be upset.
I truly don't care. The name's familiar, but so in 1999, Macho Man Randy Savage called him to ask him how to write emails. Which, it's fine. You're Macho Man. You're trying to be up with things, right? But the hilarious part about this is then Jeff Slater wrote an article about teaching Macho Man how to use email.
I mean, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I just it's quite an argument against fame, though. Imagine being so famous. You could ask someone something as benign as, how do I send an email? And they're like, this is a story.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's true. And people wonder why, like, oh, how come they don't want to talk to anyone else? How come they just have such a small inner circle? It's like, because they can't ask anything without being ratted out. I just heard on a podcast recently that somebody wrote on after the Cosby Show, there was another Bill Cosby show, and there was a bit about him at an ATM. And he stopped it. They wrote it out, and he's like, what are you talking about? There's no machine where you can get cash out. What do you mean? What is this machine? Like, is this in the future? So in this present day, we don't have these machines yet. So he had no clue about ATMs. And actually, it's that
this show was in the 90s.
I'm sure he would never have to go to an ATM, but at the same time, why you wouldn't even know that they exist? You didn't see them.
You haven't seen it. This show would be in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
crazy. In the last 30 years.
I mean, that's like the thing of asking someone how much a gallon of milk is, or how much is a bus ticket, just to find out what
how long they've been rich for.
Yeah.
How much is a Metro card, sir? Yeah,
right.
$2.20. It's like, oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, I can't even remember, dude. Well, this is not interesting for people, but the New York subway system, they've fixed the card system's amazing. You just scan your phone, and then it figures out at the end of the week or month or whatever if it's more cost advantageous to give you single ride day passes or week passes.
Oh, that's great.
And then it bills you at the end of it's either week or month. I can't remember. It's incredible. But Nick, what would your prison survival strategy be?
Do I have a cellmate or not?
You do have a cellmate. Let's just say your cellmate's neutral, not trying to hurt you, also, and not trying to,
I guess I would try to offer services outside of my butt. Something like writing letters. Like, oh, okay, I can pour through these law books and see about writing a letter to try to get an attorney or to try to get an appeal. I would do that. I'll offer you service. I'll write all your letters. I'll make them sound real good. That's
interesting. But do you think that people might threaten you, if you do that? Yes. If they're like, why am I still in prison? You said my appeal was going to go through. Now I might have to,
Yeah, you know what? I would really temper the promises. I would just say, look, I would actually say no promises.
No promises.
But, look, you bring me a draft of the letter, and I'll work on it. And I'll make sure it's better than whatever their draft is.
Right.
That's all I can do.
And you say look, right up front, you say, look, the system is broken. Okay. It's against us.
That's why we're here.
It's against us. I know you didn't do what you know. There's video of you allegedly doing, but yeah, that's a good way to temper it. I've always thought that did you watch Oz?
I actually didn't. Yeah.
Oh man, it's the greatest show.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ryan O'Reilly, the guy who plays what is it? He's in like insurance commercials now. What's his name? Dean something.
Okay.
Dean. You know, he's like one of the most famous actors in the world. He plays like Rampage or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about Mayhem?
Mayhem. Dean Winters. Yeah.
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 I think he gets 5,000 every time that commercial is aired.
Good deal.
I think.
Good deal.
I mean, it's not the progressive lady, but that's pretty darn good. Yeah.
That's not bad. Considering it plays at least 10 times a day. So he's a solo person, which is what I would do. A lot of people are like, you got to get in with a gang. Well, you get in with a gang, there's going to be violence. What you got to do is you'll
just extend your sentence. That's all that's good. You get in with a gang, you might as well tack on another 50% to your sentence. Yeah. Because you're going to have to do stuff to get into the gang. You can't just walk over and be like, hey, guys, is there another seat at this table? Can I sit here? Can I join your gang? Yeah, you can't. You're extending your sentence.
He's basically a neutral, almost consigliere, where no gangs are for him, none are against him, but they know that he can pull strings anywhere. I've always thought that would be my route. That would be my route. Would just be to be a calm loner, and maybe like, you know, something bad happens to someone. They're like, "Did you do it?" And then you just go, "I don't know, did I?" You know, that kind of thing. And then no one will mess with you. I kind of think yours is better now, though.
No, I mean, I thought that you kind of stacked the deck on that question because I'd never seen Oz, but you didn't know I'd never seen Oz. I get sent hypothetical questions, and sometimes they're original, and sometimes they're a question that someone just saw on Instagram and sent it. So our buddy Rick Wood sent me an Instagram hypothetical question. And most of the time, I think that like the question that they ask, if it's like for money, whatever the amount of money is so crazy that it's always an easy yes. So you tell me if I'm wrong on this one. I'm just going to paraphrase it.
$30,000 to get bit by a monkey.
Am I outside of an ER?
You're within an hour.
Okay. Is it just like a flesh wound, like on my arm?
Breaks skin for sure. Yeah.
Oh, just break skin.
Yeah,
and I'm within an hour of getting like whatever. Wait, am I going to have to get like 50 shots in my belly?
You're going to have to go through the whole rabies and hepatitis B regimen. Yeah.
I'd do it for 40,000 if it's tax free. I would, and I know those rabies shots would suck, but I do it for 40
for that.
I need some cash in my brokerage account. Unfortunately, this monkey's willing to bite me on the arm. So here's the hypothetical.
How did you retire? Well, I let some monkeys bite me.
No, it's for real. It's for real.
Yeah. Hey, can you tilt your screen down a little bit so your head's more in the middle of the screen instead of your chin at the bottom?
That.
Perfect.
You mean so my second chin is more in the screen? Is that what you're saying?
Stop it.
So here's the hypothetical from Instagram that Rick Wood sent us. For $1 million a day, right off the bat, you're like, okay, what am I going to say no to?
Let's do it.
You basically live in your reality. Every once in a while, time will just freeze. And you have to watch Cars 2. And then time unfreezes and you go back to your life. And the question is, how many days could you withstand this? And I'm like, what is the problem?
What's the catch?
Exactly. They think that like watching Cars 2 is somehow like is this even debatable? I would do it for years.
You don't even lose the time.
Exactly.
There's no downside except that you're going to memorize the movie, which I've never seen it, but I'm sure it's good, right?
No,
Pixar
it
doesn't
sucks,
mess around.
but it doesn't.
Oh, it sucks? Okay.
That really is irrelevant. Like, look, if it would be a better question, obviously, if it were like not $1 million, but they're like $100 every time. every day, $100.
Yeah. Then it's basically stop time for $100 for 2 hours a day.
For an
then
hour
it's
and a half. That's a question. Or I think a better one would be not 1 million, we'll call it 1,000, but every day you have to, time does not stop. They just say you have to be watching Cars 2 within 5 minutes. And you've got to stop whatever you're doing.
For how much money?
$1,000 a day.
Oh, I'd do that for a long time.
Yeah, so would I, but it's a better question than 1 million.
It's a much better question.
If time doesn't stop and you just have to leave whatever you're doing to go watch Cars 2, like who's saying?
The only people who say no to that are like billionaires and children. You know what I mean? Like teenagers trying to sound cool.
Okay. How about time doesn't stop? You have to leave whatever you're doing. Watch. It's got to be on within 90 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And they'll give you... if you can do it for 6 months, you get a perfectly trained orangutan as a pet.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
Great. It's too much. But if it was 1,000 a day, I'd try to do it for a year. I try to do it for a year.
You wouldn't want a perfectly trained orangutan for? How about it? Would you do it for a month? It would just
get expensive to feed it after a while.
Yeah, of course you're gonna. God,
I loved Harry and the Hendersons. First movie that made me cry. Be honest.
What does that have to do with what?
Isn't he an orangutan?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, let me see. I haven't seen.
Isn't
it since
he
I was
like a
7.
Yeti?
Is he a Yeti? Oh fuck, he's a Yeti.
You thought he was an orangutan? House. All right, this would be the final one. It'd have to be time doesn't freeze. You got to leave, be watching it within 90 seconds, $200 a day. And I think even that you would do it for as long as you possibly could.
For $200 a day. Oof.
Cash.
Yeah. 200 a day is tough, man. 500 a day, then we're talking.
Oh, sure, but then it's not that's what I'm saying. Is they're saying for $1 million.
It's got to be at the point where it's a debate. You're right.
Like, what do we like $1 million? What are you talking about?
Yeah. 200 a day,
freezes?
Then we're talking 300, and then at 300 a day, 300 a day even. I'd try to do it for a year. That would be $100,000 to watch Cars 2 a lot.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, I think I'd do that.
I mean, you could also pick a different movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could pick Meet Joe Black, which is twice as long as Cars 2.
Too long, man.
It's long. It's tough. It's a tough watch. But $300 a day? I don't know.
$1 million a day. I mean, this is stupid. We got to move on.
That's what I'm saying. Is that there's it's just these questions are flawed. They have to be evenly weighted. Or otherwise, what are we doing?
Can I pitch some conspiracy theories to you?
Yeah, but can I say something first?
Yes.
Before I forget, the other day, I had to take the kids over to a Michael's and spend an hour there. And let me tell you, it really feels damn close to rock bottom. When you have 2 kids at Michael's for an hour and you still end up spending $200. But the shopping center, and I'm seeing this more and more now, where like you see 2 chains that are going bankrupt. And in the same shopping center as those 2 chains, you see a store that has no business flourishing, but is.
Which one is that?
And so we went to the shopping center. There was a Party City and a Joann's Fabrics. Both are closing or are closed, right? Big banners.
Yeah.
Going out of business. Next to those 2 was the local scuba shop, which was fine. I just don't understand it.
The scuba shop in a Chicago suburb, not in Maui.
At least 35 miles from Lake Michigan. I mean, where are they doing it? Like, where do you guys dive? Like at the Y? I mean,
dude.
How many oxygen tanks are you moving a day? Like,
dude,
they're doing fine.
Hysterical. That's like, I've lived near 2 Parrot stores in LA. And I'm like, how is this? The one I used to live next to in Atwater is now like a furniture store.
Mm.
but it was like, how are you guys selling enough parrots that you're paying for the rent of a giant furniture store? Now I'm near the other parrot store, and the other day we're like, oh, it looks like the parrot store is going out of business, and they're like, no, they're just remodeling.
They have enough money to renovate?
They have enough money to renovate.
Oh my God. We got to make room for more parrots. That's how I've always felt about those little bitty tiny shops that you wouldn't even call them a locksmith. They just make keys. And the keys are like 30 cents. And it takes them how many keys are you moving?
They gotta be fronts, right? There's some places that just sell ice and some places that just sell water too. And it's like, there's no way your margins are making sense on these things.
I mean, look, we used to go to a lake in Mississippi all throughout growing up. Guaranteed there'd be at least 2 houses with signs in the yard being like, ice in the back. So they're just selling ice, bags of ice. You just pull around back of their house. They're always there.
Yeah.
And you get a bag of ice for $1. But they have no overhead whatsoever. And some other places, that's all. You're leasing a place to sell ice?
Ice. Imagine pitching that business plan to a bank. I'm going to sell ice. Just ice? Yeah.
This is Minnesota. Yeah, I think the people are going to come.
If I can sell 3,000 bags a day, to whom? Maybe if you're only operating on the 4th of July weekend, it's a business. That's what it should be. It should be like a Halloween store. Halloween stores in like June to July are ice stores.
The Halloween store has it down. I know we went there. My kid's obsessed with the Halloween store. We went there a day before it was open, but they still had the permits on the windows. So I was pretty sure I saw what they were leasing the space for.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 6,000. And I'm like, oh, they do just fine.
Only $6,000?
I think so. I think that space, which is pretty big, is right next to a Five Below. I mean, they'd kill it. People love going there. They love it.
We got to just do this. If it's only $6,000 for a month, we got to just rent one of these big box stores one time and just do nothing. Just sell cups of water or something. Just to have a big box store for a month.
It would be, yeah. I think they do it for 2 months. Not that that really makes a difference,
or we just we do live recordings of our podcast in what should be a Halloween store.
I mean, it's kind of how I feel like when I go into Costco, where it's like they have like a playground set up there that they're selling, or like a $10,000 Star Wars pinball machine, and I'm like, who's going in there and buys like some bananas, but then walks out with the bananas and a playground? It's kind of the same way with a Halloween store. It's like, who comes in here for like a spider web and walks out with a 15-foot tall "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"?
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas, whatever it is. Guys, skeleton.
Speaking of which, Conner Vs Cobb will be doing a live show at Soldier Field on September 31st. 88,941 tickets are still available. Buy them at Ticketmaster right now. We are not going to be prepared for the show at all.
That's right. And I'm really hoping the guy that came up to me after my show in Rockford, I really hope he attends.
Yeah.
Because that guy was a good time. Tried to start a fight with the other people sitting at his table. He's wearing a mesh tank top. Dude, this guy, I was standing there with a feature who was really funny. And the show was it was hard work, man. The room was just way too well lit, which is just the worst thing you can do in comedy. It was one of those rare rooms where it would have gone better had there been less people there.
Yeah.
I worked there 6 months ago. It was like a last minute thing. There were like 8 people there, and we all had a great time. And this past time there were maybe 50 people there, and it was just work, man. It was work. And this dude came up to me afterwards, and he's like, YouTube, my wife left the show because she was offended. and then went on to say that she hit him in the back of the head with a champagne bottle
About
once.
you?
Yeah, he said that we offended her.
What did you say that was offensive? What could you possibly have offended someone with?
I don't know. Maybe
Does she
my
own
thing
an
about
Old
fast
Navy?
food apps. Yeah, exactly. So she was offended, and then he almost got in a fight with the people who were sitting at his table because they tried to squeeze by him, and they yelled at each other for a minute right in front of me. And then he said, "You could hit me in the back of the head with a bottle, and I'd be fine." And then he told us we were great. So it was just a typical like saying a bunch of insanity, follow like in a compliment at the very end.
This is what happened to me in Phoenix when I mentioned Fox News in passing one time. It wasn't even like it was just something some dummy said on there, and that I saw like some clip of online. But it wasn't even a political joke. It wasn't even about anything. And this guy came up after me after the show, and I thought he wanted to fight me. And I'm like, what is happening? Meanwhile, his wife wanted to buy my book, and she's like, you need to calm down. She's like telling her husband's like, this is embarrassing. You need to stop this. Like he's like, you don't say Fox News up there. I'm like, I don't even remember what you're talking about, man. It was really embarrassing.
Older, like mid-40s, jacked up guy. I just don't know what to do with him. This guy, these are things that he legitimately said. He came up and he goes, "You could hit me with a 2x4 and I wouldn't even notice." Then he said, "I've got a boat 50 yards away. I could walk to my boat." Then he said, "Hey, man, you guys are great. I do what you guys do every day." And I said, "Didn't you say you were a mechanic?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm always selling people stuff." I'm like, "All right, bud."
This is the guy you said might listen to the podcast?
Yeah, he make him out to Soldier Field, you know.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's get into conspiracy theories. And I just want to bring to your attention again, this is only going to work for our YouTube listeners, but Nick has no awareness of where the camera is on his computer. Every 1 minute and a half, he's either at the top of the screen, the bottom of the screen, off the screen, has no ability to stay in the middle. He's an actor.
Are you done? Are you done with this?
There you go.
You're
on the screen. There you go. Okay. It's like you're performing on stage and you're standing outside the light.
Yeah, I've done that before. Also in Rockford, too.
Okay, conspiracy theories. Here's how this works. I'm going to give you 3 conspiracy theories, okay? 2 of them are actual conspiracies that people believe. 1 was made up by the person who submitted this. These were submitted by Jingle Master Tony, who has not sent us a jingle in ages. And the first one.
Wait, hang on one second.
Yeah.
So two of the 3, a lot of people believe them.
They believe them, and Jingle Master Tony sent me proof that they are real.
A lot of people believe them. All right.
Apparently. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Number 1. You should swallow 1 piece of gum every 7 years. As we know, we all live in a simulation, but gum is the only thing that's not part of it. Every part of us, from cells to disposition, changes every 7 years. But since gum isn't part of the simulation, if you swallow it, your body will not break it down for 7 years. So when that 7 years passes, as long as you swallow another piece of gum, it will keep you grounded and allow you to remain yourself instead of switching to the next level of the simulation.
That's really fascinating.
I
would very much like to talk to the person who came up with that. Okay. Yep.
Number 2.
Let's hear the next one.
Pete Buttigieg is faking being gay.
Okay. Is that it? That's the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. That's 3. All you really need. Yeah.
Number 3, the decline in birth rates in developed countries is due to plant life fighting back from mass removal and releasing pheromones that kill sex drive during peak ovulation times. China has been using it to control their growth and has weaponized it.
Okay. So I'm going to say that that the real conspiracy theories are 2 and 3. And the one that was made up is 1.
You're incorrect. The gum one is
Ah,
a real one.
what's that?
The gum one is a real conspiracy theory. Pete Buttigieg is faking being gay as a conspiracy theory that appears to have been created by one of the craziest conspiracy theorists of all, Tucker Carlson. I was sent video of him saying, I want to ask him questions about gay sex because I don't think he would know. But really, he was really diving in, saying he's faking being gay. Not sure what Pete would be getting out of that. He even has a husband. Not really sure to what end.
He's really playing the long con.
Yeah, he's like if I just fake being a group that a decent amount of our population hates for no reason, in the end, it's going to work out for me.
Yeah, I still totally buy that a bunch of people would believe that. A bunch.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone who listens to him ends up believing his fucking hateful stuff. And then the decline in birth rates being due to plant pheromones, and it's been weaponized by China. That was a creation of Jingle Master Tony. I don't know if he believes it or if he's just saying it, but that's when
I want to hope that he believes it.
I doubt he believes it. I doubt he believes it.
Man, I really like that somebody believes that gum thing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
You have a conspiracy theory? I mean, a hypothetical question for me?
I do.
Let's hear it.
So I just found out today that our old buddy Kirk Cameron.
From Growing Pains?
Yep, Growing Pains. He is just about to start his Strong Families, Strong Communities tour. Or he may have already started it. The tour includes faith-based messages, Christian teachings, encouraging families, etc., etc. So would you roadie, write for, handle the bags for him, open for him on a 50-city tour? In exchange, people find you, 5 out of 10 people find it hilarious when you teach math problems. They find it hilarious when you do math. In other words, you could sell out.
I don't understand this.
Stadiums by doing math problems, and people were going ape shit.
Wait, this is the most convoluted question you've ever asked me.
It sure is.
So you're saying, would I be a roadie for Kirk Cameron's sort of evangelical tour, right?
Strong families, strong communities, strong faith. Roadie, write for him, open for him, all that stuff. 50-city tour.
He's doing like mega churches or something, I assume.
Sure. You make a
I got to write for him?
What's that?
I got to like basically I'm punching up his stuff.
Yeah, you got to do punch up for Kirk. And you've got to open for him, which shouldn't be hard. You're pretty much clean. You get you open for him. And you
in
you
exchange,
can just
I can
barely
sell out
pay
Soldier
your
Field just doing math.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And am
You're
I just saying like
doing math?
I'm just saying things like carry the one in a funny way?
Yeah. No, you don't even no. You don't try to be funny at all. This is just you doing math and people are losing their minds.
How long do I have to do it?
What? It's
math
a
problems.
show. You're doing, I don't know, 45 minutes?
No, I mean like, can I just do it for a week? I do 7 stadium shows and just never do it again?
Sure, if you want. Sure.
Maybe. How much am I getting paid to roadie for Kirk Cameron?
You're getting like $50 a day. You're getting, it's more about the experience and how close you are to God. That's what it is.
Well,
Kirk Cameron, man. He'd be a great influence on you.
Needless to say, I'm not. I don't think my worldview aligns with his. The idea. Let me just do some math here. Soldier Field. Okay, how much am I selling tickets for?
I mean, that's your business.
And this would kill, by the way, on the show, right? Let's say the stadium's
Exactly.
80,000 people. Let's just say the average ticket's $100, right? So that's $8 million. And let's just say it costs $2 million to run the thing, right? So okay,
I mean, it's just you up there with a whiteboard.
Yeah, but I mean to run the stadium and pay the people. So let's just say me on a whiteboard. So okay, let's say I make $6 million a day. Yes, I would absolutely do this.
Even if you're selling merch for Kirk, like you'd still.
What's the merch?
He's got T-shirts and no, he sells candles.
Does it just say growth pains?
Sure. All right, same scenario, but instead of getting like, math tour or whatever it is, you're 100 times stronger than you are now. But it doesn't come off that way. You're just stronger. You look the same.
I have no need for that.
All right. You cannot be injured for 5 years.
No.
So you could jump out of a car, video it.
No, I don't need this.
You won't be hurt at all.
I don't need this. I'm not a professional athlete.
I don't think you're seeing the opportunity here.
I'm not a professional athlete.
Yeah, but it's
Are you saying I could be a stuntman for 5 years?
Sure, but do your own videos like, you can't try to hurt me. Like, just try. Hit me as hard as you can. And like, it feels like nothing.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't hurt, I don't want people punching me in the face. You do that?
There's a lot of opportunity, man. It's a whole lot right there. You're just not using your imagination.
I'm just not monetizing getting punched in the face.
There's a lot to be said for it.
What's going to end up happening is then once the 5 years elapses, someone's going to think you're still invincible and they're going to come up, punch you in the face and kill you.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah.
But you had a great ride.
Shit.
You had a really good run.
I would definitely do it to sell out stadiums doing math and just do it for a week. I mean, just do it for twice or once even. Who cares? Just do it once. Make $6 million.
People think it's hilarious, but you're not selling out state. You just do it on the street. And people love it and they tip you great.
No, of course I'm not doing it. Why would I do this? This is crazy.
You still do really well, but it's like, cash in a hat.
Okay, here's the trade-off. You get paid $50 a day to be a roadie for an extremist, and in exchange for that, you get to be a beggar.
You get to be a street performer.
You get to be like a troubadour, but without music. Instead, you're just you're doing math and asking people. 13 minus
you just
7.
Fake the math. You don't even have to know it. But it's like their laughs are bigger than any you've ever had in your career. It's unmistakable.
But you're just doing math. I don't get. What? I don't.
It's for the people, Ryan. People love it.
Shut up. You don't either. Neither of us do stand up just for the laugh. It's for the material to get the laugh.
Maybe you start to feel like doing the math formulas is a form of expression.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, do you tip more now that they ask you to tip when they're like, you buy something and they're like, hey, I'm going to spin this around and it's going to ask you a couple questions? And then they spin the screen around and it's always like, what percentage are you willing to tip this guy that just made you a Slurpee?
I suppose so, just because there's so many scenarios where they do that, where the idea of a tip would have crossed anyone's minds 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But as a percentage, it's like, no, I'm not tipping the same percentage I'd tip a server for someone who just handed me the cupcake out of the case. No.
There's something about it that I don't like, and it's not the tipping, it's how passive aggressive it is, where they're like, yeah, and the screen's going to ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what the screen's going to ask me, but
yeah,
like, why? And like these, like, 20 years ago or whatever, they would just have a little box there and you could, throw some change in.
Yeah.
But these people are getting way more. And I think we're just, I don't know. I think people say yes more now. I think people tip more.
Now that I think about it,
by the screen.
I usually, if I'm getting like, just say coffee or something, I just tip $1 just for the, the hell, just to whatever, But then now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, my God, as a percentage, that's like, I'm tipping like 25%.
Yeah.
Like they're getting the same rate as a server for just going like this. Here you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and they don't even
upside down.
They're not even straightforward about it. Like this screen's about to ask you a question. Like, oh, what is it gonna ask me? A riddle?
Yeah. Meanwhile, a server's like working their ass off for a couple hours.
Yep. We had a server the other day who, this restaurant, you have to wear plaid shirts. And I don't know, I commented on the shirt. He was a very friendly guy. And he's like, oh, I didn't want to show you this. And he had this part of his breast pocket kind of tucked into the pocket, so you couldn't see whatever you would call that. And he took that out and he's like, I got this at a Goodwill. I didn't see what it was. And he pulled it out and it said it was a Sean Combs shirt. He's like, I don't want anybody to see it. I didn't buy it because I support him. I didn't want anybody to see it. So I pulled out a Ryan Conner, and the next time he came around, I was like, oh, let me put my Jerry Sandusky hat away. And he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. It took him a moment. And he was like, oh, right, Sandusky, that old rascal.
Dude, the guy could coach defense. You want to play rank them and then get the HE double hockey sticks out of here? What do you think?
I got one before.
Can you say that on the radio?
Finished off.
You can go first. I'll explain what it is because we don't have all day. Rank them is a game where we give 3 characteristics. This is for the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. They're perfect for you in every way except for these 3 defining characteristics. You must rank them.
Okay, number 1. They think the Muppets are real.
Okay.
They think the Muppets are real. Number 2, they make orgasm sounds in public. Sometimes people laugh. A lot of times they don't. The person can't help it. They're
and what scenarios do they make these sounds?
Whenever you're in public. Whenever. Restaurant, walking around the mall, just... They'll pick up something and pretend like that's getting them off. They'll pick up a book and be like, okay. Like that.
Okay, what's the third one?
Says that basically everything you say is mansplaining. Pretty much everything you say is mansplaining.
Okay.
Also will for example, meet an elderly person and, let's say they start talking about, veteran, World War II, and they start talking about it. And then it's like, why are you mansplaining me about World War II, about Germany in the 40s?
Right.
Everything is mansplaining.
Right. Opinions or teaching. It's all Okay. Number 1's the Muppets. I guess
wouldn't bother you that she's insisting.
Of course it would, but not as much as the others.
I think it's really bad. She thinks it's real, like Sam the Eagle's real.
Yeah, but not as much as the others. I mean, the public, the public orgasm sound. I mean, that's going to cause problems.
It's very childish, but she's perfect in every other way.
The mansplaining thing is that would be infuriating. I think that has to be last.
This woman is wealthy. She, you have no financial concerns of any kind. She invigorates you. She's just wonderful in every possible way. So what if she wants to make an orgasm sound when, you're at Applebee's?
I told you it's number 2. It's number 2. And the person who describes everything as mansplaining is number 3.
Like a waiter is like, here are the specials. And then she's like, why are you mansplaining me about the...
Yeah, that's last. Easily last.
That's last.
Easily.
That's worse than the orgasm sound.
Yes, that's worse than face tattoos.
Okay, I wrote a good one, and you just
What do you think?
Butter. Oh no, it's really tough. It's really tough. I would. I think I'd have. I think I'd have to agree with you. Now that I'm
Yeah.
looking at them on paper, I don't think there's any other way around it. The mansplaining would drive me insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy.
If
It's
I'm
one.
teaching my daughter like how to read and she's like, why are you mansplaining to her? That would,
Yeah.
I just,
It's such a weird sort of I would call it almost like a counterinsurgent term, right? It's like you're taking the word is condescension, right? That's all it is.
yeah.
But you're making the implication that only a man can do it. And it's like, yeah, no, people are condescending. All kinds of people are. And now you're acting like this is just a general man trait.
This whole time.
Yeah, this whole time. Yeah, yeah. It's only been men. So I got to rank them for you. You ready? And before I say this, let's just say, just give our promotional things. I'll be in Vancouver and Minneapolis coming up the next couple of weeks, and Nick and I will be doing some shows in Chicago in November. But October is Minneapolis and Vancouver. What do you have to say?
In November?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we need to probably talk after the pod so I can put that down. I'm
You
sure
don't
it's
have
probably
them in
there
your
somewhere.
calendar. They've been locked in for months.
No, I'm sure it is. I just wanted
Okay.
to double check.
Okay.
I just finished with a bunch of stuff, so I need to start booking again. So
Okay, here
hopefully
we
I'll have an
go.
update. Yep.
You ready for my rank them? Do you have
Yeah.
anything else you want to promote?
No.
We also have a podcast called Conner Vs Cobb. Be one of the first to listen. All right, rate, review, subscribe, all that stuff. Rank them. 1, only watches kids movies, like designed for 5 years old and younger. We're talking pre-Pixar. You're not even getting Pixar movies out of this. You're little kid movies. That's all she will ever watch. Okay?
Like Thomas the Train Engine kind of shit?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, God.
Number 2, talks to you in the voice that people use when they're talking to infants in public. In private, she doesn't do that at all. But in public, it's, oh, Nick, we do this, Nick.
No, man, I can't.
Does Nick want some
Stop
milk?
it. Just stop. I hate it so much.
Number 3, practices trombone for 90 minutes per day, is horrendous and never improves. There is no soundproofing in your house.
Okay. So I would go, what was the first one again? The movies?
Yeah, the movies.
I would go 3, 2, 1.
So you do trombone first, then infant voice, then kid movies?
Yeah, because I'm just now getting out of the kid movie phase in my house, and to know that it's just forever, like we can never just sit down and watch Under Siege or something, that it's always got to be some like Russian Netflix movie. I'm done. I've seen them all as well. I've seen all of these. And to know that's just for the rest of my life, I can't do it.
It's tough.
The voice is like a 1B though.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I would do trombone first. And this is a tribute to our friend Erin Conroy, who we're going to need to have as a guest on the show soon. When her dad, so she played trombone in middle school, and her dad was mad at their neighbor and had her go outside and practice at 8 a.m. on a Saturday on the lawn. The talking to infants thing, I think, has to be last, because I'm just picturing, like, tonight we're going to our favorite restaurant, and we go to it every couple months, and we love it. The servers, everybody's so great, and I'm just imagining ordering, and she's like, "And what would you like? Do you want the lamb?" I'm like, I can't fucking take that. That's last.
It's awful.
That's awful. That's last. And then the kid movies, I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to be into this. I like Bluey. That's the only one.
Yeah, Bluey's great.
Bluey's great. The rest of it, I'm not going to be into, but then I can still watch what I want. I'll just watch it on my own. It's like I watched Game of Thrones by myself. I'll do that.
I mean, the movie thing is terrible. I just thought of something yesterday that I'm walking through Costco and I don't think that people look at ingredients. I think it's too much information. And I'm really feeling like we can simplify it to, is it healthier or less healthy than Lucky Charms? Any food. I think any food it's just that simple.
It should just say like +1 or +2 or -1, -2, and we know it's the Lucky Charms
Lucky
scale.
Charms is the baseline. I think
I
this is
love
what
that.
we need in America. Like, how healthy is a chocolate chip cookie? Well, it's slightly healthier than Lucky Charms.
No, that's definitely less. That would be like a -2.
I mean, assuming that the chocolate chip cookie is made with like real ingredients,
It's
you don't
still a
think
pile of sugar.
Well, what do you think Lucky Charms is?
Not as much sugar as that.
You don't think it really?
No, 100% not. Look up the nutrition
listeners
facts.
out there, if you could chime in and tell us
100%
what you think
not.
is healthier, a chocolate chip cookie made from like an elite bakery.
You can easily look this up, Nick. You can look up.
I don't want to. I'm trying to engage our listenership.
Easily. You're gonna
it's a good idea though.
You're gonna have about 30 grams of sugar in a big chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea. I love it. Apple +4.
You know what I keep on? Last night I did a show, and they're like, "Yeah, you can get $20 worth of food or drink," and they never tell you before the show, like, "Hey, don't eat before the show." So you eat, you get there, and they're like, "You can get anything that's $25 or less, on the house, right?" And I always, if it's on the menu, every time I get the eggplant parmesan, and then I leave with it, and I'm eating it on the drive home, and every time I'm like, "What was I thinking? Why do I always get the eggplant parm?" I've had probably one really good eggplant parm in my life. What's that?
You're eating an eggplant parm while driving?
Yeah, I do.
Sounds very dangerous. Also, this must be a Chicago
It's not
thing.
like a
I don't know if
piping
I've
hot
ever
bowl
done
of
a
chip.
show at a place that gives out eggplant parm.
I mean, it was like it was a club that, did some pizzas and stuff, and I didn't want a pizza, so I got the eggplant parm.
Yeah.
I should have gotten the chicken parm. I don't know what my problem is.
Okay. This must be a Chicago thing. I've just never done a show where it's like, do you want an eggplant parm with your set?
They didn't say that. There was a menu, and I chose the eggplant parm. That's the problem, is that I had other options. And I can't help myself, because I think one time I had a really good one. And
What's
ever
your
since
gripe?
then,
That you're
my
eating
eggplant parms
before
have been mediocre.
That you should have eaten before you drove?
Wait, what?
I don't understand what your gripe is. That you should have just eaten before you drove?
No, that they're just kind of average.
Oh, okay.
I just have this mental block where I can't help but order it. If it's on the menu, I'm probably going to order it. And I don't know.
I mean, I guess I kind of see what you're saying. It was just circuitous. I didn't really understand what you're coming. But when I was in college, my friend, when I went on mini golf spring break with my friends Mike and Anker.
Yeah, you told me about that.
We went to Friendly's, and everyone else got ice cream and burgers, because apparently that's what you get at Friendly's. I got clam strips, and I was like, "This is disgusting," and I got sick. And afterward, I was like, Friendly's sucks. And then my friend Mike's like, "Why'd you get clam strips, dude? You're in an ice cream place." That was the first time I learned.
Isn't it like a drugstore or something, Friendly's, or like an old school drugstore?
No, are you thinking of Rexall? I don't know. They're both in cursive. All right, let's get out of here before we start talking about fonts too much. Anything else you want to say?
No, that was fun.
Beautiful. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Coming out of your speakers, a beautiful sound. They debate, berate, and have a laugh or two. Conner Vs Cobb, for me and for you. La 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 la, la 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 la. Conner Vs Cobb, for me and you.
Ryan and Nick. Nick and Ryan.
Scoundrels of the Hour.